Hey everyone, how we doing? Back on the couch again. Don't show your butt. Come on, be rude. Don't be rude, huh? You're being rude. This is a family channel. Morning, Rhonda. How's everybody doing? Hey, Bob. Hi, Janine. Morning, John. Gotta catch up with everybody here. How are we doing today? Frame myself up a little better here. You don't need to make it look like I have no head. Good morning, Scott. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Tracy. Say hi to Tracy, bite. Don't just show her your butt. We know how that works. That's what a happy cat looks like. Especially now that we're into spring and it's like shedding season, isn't it? You don't end up having to cough up hairballs when it's done this way, right? Look at all the hair we got off of you, Bite. That's at least 3 hairballs, isn't it? Morning, Black Dot. You ever regret being a loser? Yeah, that's a troll. We're gonna be dealing with a troll again today, so just forgive, bear with that. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Yep, our troll is back. We're going to see how many different YouTube accounts he's wasted time creating so he can come in here, make some stupid comment, and get blocked. Well, I mean, I guess in terms of already, I do these the same time every week, so I'm sure this guy's wasted a whole bunch of time creating a bunch of stupid pro YouTube profiles so that he can go so that he can go from one to another and just prove to how much of an idiot he is. The girls are making pictures for everyone on Easter. That's nice. Thank you, girls. Look forward to seeing them. It's sunny in London. Huh? That doesn't happen very often. I'm doing well, thank you. We'll try it. We'll try it, Logan, when Bite comes back. Right now, he's on the ground, just kind of wandering around. But we'll give him some cuddles just for you. I only pay a little attention to him, just enough to get there and block him. Hi, Daniel. Oh, Laura Lee's just getting over a cold. That's no fun. I hate colds. Yeah, we're supposed to be like into the 80s today, but over the next couple of days, we're maybe going to get some rain. They're saying maybe as much as 70% chance of a electrical storm on Wednesday. So that's good. Rain is one thing, but the electrical storms, it usually requires here in Texas to be really warm. And we're supposed to be kind of warming up. It's supposed to be in the upper 80s by midweek. So we could get a good electrical storm. I hope so. I love a good electrical storm. I'm ready for that. It's, it's cold in Canada. Oh man. I feel for you, Rhonda. I was outside. It's kind of a little overcast, pretty warm. We're definitely into spring, but it's really windy. We're getting big gusts of wind. I think I'm almost ready to take the cover off the pool too. The tree that's right over it is starting to it's starting to bud out pretty well, and it's got its little pollen pods. And once those pollen pods are all off the tree, then we'll probably pull the cover off. Hopefully in the next week or so. I should be down for a swim. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think the water is still a little on the cold side, but compared to snowing, it's probably pretty nice. Yeah, I love storms and they scare my cats too. But it's funny. The cats go into the bathroom when it starts getting stormy, and they'll hide in the bathtub. Last electrical storm knocked out your satellite. That's no good. Yes, I have a pool. It's above ground. Hi, Dr. Susan. How are you doing? Yeah, well, it's always a sunny day in Florida, except when it's hurricane season, right? Yeah, I got one more bite of the pot pie or one more serving. Basically, when I first had it, I was cutting it like into eighths, and I got like one quarter of it left, so that'll probably be dinner tonight, and a little fudgy chocolate cake to follow. That was a good one. That was a good suggestion, Dr. Susan. I was just digging through my emails, recipes you sent me recently, and I looked at those and was like, oh, those both look good. Yeah, pot pie was really good. Definitely recommend that. Oh, the girls don't know what the things I sprinkled on top of the chocolate cake. Yeah, just chocolate chips. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Here, I'll show you what they look like. Get a couple of them in the hand here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see those. That's what they look like right there. Just little morsels of chocolate. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Have I picked up the dresser for my room yet? No, it's going to be delivered this week. There'll be a vlog on that. It's supposed to be here on Tuesday. Yeah, yeah. You can have the cognac too, but yeah, the it is definitely a comfort food. I've always loved pot pies. So when that recipe, when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be a great one to do. No, my pool's above ground. Go back and watch some of my old vlogs. I show it a lot. Whidbey Island, Washington. I don't even know where that is, except it's in Washington, I assume. Kathy made a pound cake this morning. That sounds good. Lemon pound cake. All right. Did you pound your lemons really good? You started your new job yesterday. Congratulations. A little me time is good. Oh yeah, the cake was really rich. It's incredibly rich. Can't beat chocolate chips on just about on almost anything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I tried it like on a grilled cheese sandwich. I don't think that would work, but you're right. It's good on a lot of things. Yeah, everybody coming to Waco here for a pool party. Just gave the lemons a good squeeze. All right, there you go. Should try making upside down pineapple cake. That might be a funny practical joke to play on one of my viewers to make an upside down cake and shoot the whole video upside down so it's right side up. And I could call it a right side up cake. I bet you whipped cream would be really good on that, Dr. Susan. Okay, yeah, I get you there, Rhonda. Meow, meow. Sitting on the floor meowing at me. There we go. Got him back. Snuggle time with Bite. Lemon desserts always feel like springtime. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Rhonda, you don't need sugar. You're too sweet without it. Is my job close to my house? It's reasonably close. That was sort of the plan. I didn't want to have to drive a lot to go to work. Good morning, Gene. I'm doing well. I haven't really started spring planning yet. We may wait a few more weeks just to make sure we're well into spring. Maybe get a few of these spring showers in here to kind of moisten everything up. But yeah, we're gonna do some planting pretty soon here. It's definitely getting to that time. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go see what they have and get some advice on, the type of plants that are going to do well in the area it is. I got to be a little bit more focused on that when I plant things. Remember last year I did a bunch of bluebonnets, hoping that that would be really nice in that bed back in the corner of the back of the yard there. And bluebonnets are real sun lovers, and they didn't do well because they were under a tree. So I got to do something a little bit better there, but we'll come up with something. I did notice I was outside this morning. You remember in that section that I planted a year ago next to the patio where I planted all that kind of ornamental grass with that has the berries on it. I love the fact that that's spreading and it's going to fill in that whole area, and that whole area is going to be thick with that. So, a couple more years, that's going to be really nice looking. I was just looking at my rose bush this morning too. In fact, I was considering that for the cover photo, and I noticed that that the bush has a bud on it, and so we're going to have a rose here very, very quickly on my rose bush, on my yellow rose of Texas. So that's going good. Red rose and white rose. Yeah, see, I've never been a rose person, but I know roses love a lot of water and a lot of sun. And there's really only one place in my yard um, where you get a lot of water and a lot of sun, and so that's where it is, and it's doing very well out there. Like I said, we're starting up the new season. It's starting to grow up a little bit. I wasn't sure how well it was doing over the winter, but it's definitely bouncing back. So I don't know. I'll probably get out there and fertilize it this week here. Give it a good start to the season. Is it pool season yet in Texas? Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, I don't even have the cover off the pool, so we're probably a few weeks away from pool season yet. I was thinking though that I may pull the cover off in the next week or so. You had some vandals at your place this week. That's no good. Hey, Bite, you want a belly rub? I know we just did cuddles, but are you up for a belly rub? Huh? Ah, belly rub. Yeah, you got the fur is already flying, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the fur is definitely flying. Okay, get the fur out of my nose here. Otherwise, I'll be sneezing for the rest of the live stream. Push the hubby's bike over. That's no good. You don't do that. That's not cool. Yeah. It has been a tough week. I'm sorry, Rhonda. In fact, my mom mentioned that too. She gives her sympathies to the girls for the loss of your kitty. That's sad. I know I'm going to face that at some point with these two also. Half your messages seem to disappear. I wouldn't know that because I don't. I'm only seeing the ones that appear. Usually, though, if YouTube is blocking a message, it tells me it's blocked a message. Well, in a way, Rhonda, you just sort of did because my mom watches these and she reads the comments. Yeah, he looked like a great cat. You sent a picture of him last week, and we showed it on the live stream. Let's see. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, that's our beloved kitty. I love the picture. It looks like he's sticking his tongue out. What a great cat move. That's sad. I hate losing pets. How's my mom? My mom's doing good. She's hoping for some rain. Actually, she was saying yesterday, maybe today and or tomorrow. And let's see. Actually, let's get the text message out and actually read it, so I'm actually getting it right here. Monday and Thursday, they say. So I don't know. Well, she said keep it in the thoughts that it rains at her house, so you can do that. Yeah, it's sad when you lose any kind of a pet. You enjoyed the video about refinishing the table? Yeah. I just looked at that. It's like, you know what? That really needs to happen. That looks horrible. I've tried cleaning it a bunch of times, and I just can't get the gunk off. So I've been thinking for a while that the only option is I'm just gonna have to sand it down to bare wood and start over. But yeah, it looks nice. It turned out good. Such a thing as cat ears, like dog ears? I assume so, but I don't know what the number is. They say seven for dog ears, but I don't know how it works with cats because if cat years are like dog years, where it's 7 years for every 1 year, then that means that Bite is like 105 years old. You're an old man. Yes, you are. Hi, Roberta. How are you? Bob Button's turned 16 this year. Yeah, your little kitty is 6 years old next Sunday. All right. Yeah, you remember a few weeks ago that it was Bite and Nibble's birthday. And it was really just funny that it just even popped up because I was looking to take them to the vet to get their vaccines, and since it was going to be a new vet, I wanted to give the new vet their vaccine records and medical history and all that. So I pulled out their records and I was looking at it and was like, wait a second, today's Bite and Nibble's birthday. They're 15 today. That blew me away. I knew they were up there, but Yeah, I hope my rose bush turns good, stays good. Your mom had a Siamese cat that lived to be 19. That's old. Yeah, well, that bush should be, knowing how those bushes work, it should, be blooming in just a few days, probably by the end of the week or something. I'll put something on Facebook when I saw there were 5 or 6 buds on it. So we'll post something on Facebook when it blooms, which shouldn't be long, a couple days maybe. Rhonda had her life saved by a cat when she was 9. That's insane. You have to tell us that story. Vodka. Sorry for being a bad influence, Rhonda. Well, it isn't really an issue with a coaster. The problem is, even with a coaster, you condensation. I mean, here's a perfect example. Look at all the condensation on this glass. The condensation drips off the glass onto the coaster and then overflows the coaster, and all of a sudden it's on the table. Yeah, it's I'm trying different things to try and deal with that, but a lot of people commented that I should, if I just use a coaster, it wouldn't have been a problem, but it would have. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm playing with different ideas. Wow, that's quite a story, Rhonda. You don't hear about people having their tonsils out anymore. I had mine out when I was a kid too. I haven't seen Nibble. Have I gone to any amusement parks in Texas? No, I don't think I actually really have. There isn't anything really close. I mean, there's like a water park here, but I'm not a park kind of person. So, there's a Six Flags up in Dallas, and I've driven by it a few times, but haven't gone. There's a Six Flags in California too. I never went there a whole bunch just because it was a long ways away. I always had Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, and they were always closer. The cat that saved your life's name was Midnight, huh? All right. Am I doing any projects lately? Not right now at the moment, but that's one of those things. The refinishing of the table, for instance, that was just kind of a, hey, I think I'm going to do that today. That's how a lot of these. That's why how a lot of these projects start. I just say, what am I going to do today? Hey, let's do this. So why did I have to escape California? California was just becoming too expensive of a place to live, and you know, just the job fell apart. I was on the verge of losing the house because I couldn't afford it anymore. It was too expensive, and it was just time to go. That's probably true, Black Dot. Used to have a rabbit look like the Cadbury bunny, the big white one with the red eyes. I had one that looked just like that. When I went right out of high school, I worked at a vet, and because I loved animals even at that point. And one day, somebody brought in this beautiful white rabbit with pink eyes. It was a big bunny. It was like this big. It was the size of a cat. They didn't want it anymore. Um, and they brought it in to have it put to sleep, if you can believe that. And I said, nuts to that. It's a perfectly good rabbit. I took it home. Did I ever consider becoming a vet? Yeah, I did at one point. Kind of went another direction, but you're wondering, how do sinkholes get fixed? They generally don't. Sinkholes are usually caused by like some sort of water flow underground, and basically the only way you can do that, if the water flow is caused, if something man-made, then you can fix it that way. But if it's like a natural river underwater, you're not going to fix that. That's the only way to do it is to stop the flow of water, and you got to figure out where we're coming from. You have a sinkhole in your driveway, that's no good. Don't let your car fall in. Yeah, well, it's kind of the same with me, Mark. I mean, when I was a kid, everybody had their tonsils taken out at one point in their life. In my case, it happened when I was about the third grade. But you just don't hear about people doing it anymore. You may recall when we were driving to Texas a couple of years ago, we went to that place where um, where there was those sinkholes that were growing. They were concerned they were going to grow together. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that close to them, but still got all your original parts. That's good. Got all my original parts except for my tonsils. I mean, you're missing so many parts. You're still not human. You're not sure you're still human. That's funny. And maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe the cure was to remove them at one point, and maybe they've just got uh, you know medicines now that deal with that. I don't know. Like I said, you just don't hear about people doing that anymore. Just had your thyroid removed. That's good, or not so good. Maybe I don't know. Ow. Yeah, well, losers be losers. And every time he pops on here with another stupid YouTube channel that he's created, he's just proving it again. OJ must have gotten a hold of you. You just heard some meowing. I think Bite was down here meowing a second ago. Know what's coming, Rhonda. See if I can coax Nibble out here. Sometimes that's enough to get her to come out. Pretty kitty treats. Another chocolate chip. Bob Buttons is up and running, yeah. Yeah, Bite once. Oh, there's Nibble. I see Nibble. Nibble's peering around the corner here. There's Nibble. Got one to her. My backhand ain't so good, so every once in a while I hit the wall rather than shooting it down the hall. Yeah, I'm afraid Bite got that one. Nibble's a little too unaggressive. Munchkin don't run for nothing. Yeah, they're my buddies. Now I'm hooked on chocolate chips. You gonna come back and visit, Bite? Yeah, Nibble is a diva. Haven't heard from Beth about Flash in a while. I'm guessing Flash should be up now. Usually she's up and about in April. Usually up in March. Second it starts getting warm there. Now the girls want you to buy chocolate chips so they can try them. Yeah, okay, I'll try not to be a bad example. I was still battling with Lowe's to get my money back. And now they think I owe them to continue paying for the restocking fee, which is crazy. I've thought about having a pool party for work. Not just Rhonda. I still don't get it. He spends all this time creating a bunch of bogus accounts just so he can move from one to the next when he gets blocked. And Rhonda's not the one that's out of control. It's the loser that keeps logging in with different accounts. That's out of control. But that's all you'll ever be is a loser. So that's the way it works. I can live with it. You'll learn to live with it. That's right. Yeah. I mean, that's it. I get paid for every time they log in. They got to watch a commercial. So whatever. Keep doing it. You keep, wasting your time creating new accounts and logging in and watching commercials, and I'll keep blocking you. I don't think that would work. He'd probably eat the crayons. Lots of goofball trolls. No, it's one goofball troll with a lot of different accounts. I mean, do you ever wonder how you can get like 10 or 12 of them different, apparently different trolls in the one day, and then you go weeks and not have any? It's because it's one person, and that one person gets bored, or finally starts reevaluating their life maybe for a moment, and realizes how stupid they look, and then they feel that they're not getting enough attention, so they start it up again. It's one person. Count on it. I really wish YouTube had an option to just block an IP address. Then whatever account he does, it's just that person's blocked. Oh, it is the same one. That's the reason I made Jordan a moderator on this page, is because he knows who these guys are. Because who he knows who this guy is, and he knows a lot of the accounts. That's why I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago I was doing a live stream, and Jordan was on. He kept you know piping in, "Hey, make me a moderator, make me a moderator," and and I said, "Okay, I see what I think what he's trying to do," and I made him a moderator, and he went troll hunting. And then Rhonda became a moderator when we did a live stream a few weeks ago when I had to work on live stream day, and I just left it on with the cats all day. And Rhonda became a moderator there, going after trolls. Where's Jeff? Haven't seen Jeff yet. That's true. I saw on the Facebook that his church service was going on, so we can hope the Will Smith. All right, we're back with the Will Smith jokes. All right, I love it. Well, I know. I just felt we didn't take that far enough last time. And actually, if Will Smith contacted me, I have a pretty good idea where this guy lives, because he accidentally trolled me with his real account once, and with that, I was able to find out what his name is, what he looks like, where he works, what his brother looks like, where his brother works. It would be easy to track this guy down if I needed to. And I know I'm not the only one that's going after him. You like the Kojak comment? Yeah. Will's hand will contact my cheek. Probably. I don't know. That guy I think, probably single-handedly destroyed his career with that. because one of the reasons people like Will Smith is because he seems like just a really likable guy. But I think we saw the real Will Smith a couple weeks ago on the Oscars, and he isn't quite as nice of a guy as you might think he is. And I think that's ultimately going to hurt his career. I think the 10-year ban from the Academy Awards that's the least of his problems. I heard a whole bunch of his program of projects that he was working on got put on hold as a result of all this. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really follow the lives of celebrities at their homes. So you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, I've got a number of Will Smith movies, and is he's a decent actor for a certain genre of film. He doesn't. There's not really a lot of reach in his acting. No, he's basically the same character. He's in everything he's in. This kind of cocky, arrogant, individual that's the king of his domain. Yeah, he got banned for 10 years. I heard that too about Chris Rock. All of his comedy shows are like sold out right now. Oh, they're in time for Tracy Rothmeyers. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Good seeing you. Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor for the type of roles he plays. Like I said before, he's basically the same character in every movie he's in. Yeah, he's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, in whatever he's in. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air in Independence Day. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air in Men in Black. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air in I, Robot. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and everything. Uh, what was the movie? Hancock. Same character, same person in every movie. Yeah, I never saw Bad Boys. I'm not a real fan of Sean Penn. The only thing I ever saw him in that I really liked him in was Jeff Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was pretty good in that. He plays a good jerk. He was okay in Carlito's Way. He was a person that you love to hate. Carlito's Way is a great movie, by the way. If you've never seen that, YouTube got that one. Didn't even get posted. But then I can go in and hide them. Block them on the channel. Never even got seen. Yeah. Reveals what's really in his heart, though, Rhonda. Just an angry individual. Oh, I like Chris Rock. He's got some great. I've seen him in some movies that I really like him in. My taste in movies is similar to your hobbies. That's good. Yeah, Chris handled the whole situation. It's like he just turned it into a joke. Chris has a foul mind and a foul mouth, but he handled that way better than Will Smith did. and Chris Rock is funny too. Um, he's if you've ever seen any of like Kevin Smith's movies, he's kind of done a few parts in there where he's been really great. I liked him a lot in Dogma by Kevin Smith. Well, I mean, I have seen Will Smith stretch a little bit. There was a movie I saw it once with him where he was like a single father, and he was an entirely different character. If you didn't know it was him, it would you wouldn't know it was. You might not even realize it was him because it was a different character. I like scary movies too, but I don't know. A lot of scary movies these days I'm not as into because it's more about special effects now than it is about telling a great story. Yeah, Chris Rock is hilarious. Yeah, I saw it. I saw the original one with Tim Curry, and I saw the remake. I thought the remake was a little bit better, but you know, neither version are ones that I ever went out and bought copies of because it was one of those movies I could see myself watching that over and over again. The movies I get are ones I want to see, multiple times. Petrified of clowns. There's a lot of people that do that. That was one of the things I remember when I was working at Silo of Screams. One of the haunted houses was a fun house, and so there was lots of like scary clowns in there. And John, the guy who runs the place, actually told the clowns that they had to stay inside the maze while the attraction was open because there's so many people out there that are just freaked out by clowns that he couldn't have the clowns wandering around outside. Hi, Dave and Terry. How are you doing? I'm doing great. You have a bunch of Pennywise dolls. I thought it was just Barbies you were into. Am I still adding to my DVD collection? Yeah, if something comes along. Honestly, there haven't really been any movies recently that I've really liked. I can't tell you the last time I went to a movie theater. Definitely haven't been one since I've been in Waco. Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you the last movie I saw in a theater. Might have been Atlas Shrugged too, or Atlas Shrugged. We'll probably get my mom on a live stream at some point. Pennywise fabric at the fabric store. That's funny. I think you just did, Gene. My mom reads the comments. She'll see that. See, I never. King Richard. That was a recent movie, wasn't it? I mean, I don't even know what movies are out right now. I tend to like action movies. I liked a lot of the Marvel stuff, but even the Marvel stuff, Disney is destroying that. You won an Oscar? Oh, that's the one you won the Oscar for? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that much about Terry Fox. Haters gonna hate. Sometimes I wish on these live streams that I could time delay things. Put about a 30-second delay between what I broadcast and what the comments show. So I could see the comment for 30 seconds before it goes live and make a decision whether it goes out there. We could eliminate this thing altogether because this guy would just not, you never even hear from him because I'd be the only one that knew he was there. Well, Disney was going in that direction for a long time. Even when I was there, it was, there was they were just completely on board with the woke stuff. I don't think they called it woke in those days. That's a recent term, but Disney was always a very, in your face kind of company, and it's only gotten more crazy in the last couple of years. Now, Terry Fox is a black comedian, I think, isn't he? We'll see here. That's what the internet's for, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. There's a delay when you watch on TV versus laptop. That doesn't surprise me. But what I mean by a delay is, not only a delay. I see the comments immediately that you send, but they don't actually appear on your screen for like 30 seconds. That's what I think would work, would do wonders here. You heard some of the rides at Disney are haunted. I've heard that too. I do know that there have been a number of rides where people have been killed, and there's some kind of, if you look at Disney ghosts on like YouTube, there's like some creepy footage that's been caught on cameras in the park after hours. That park is a different place after hours. It's weird. Most people don't ever get to see Disneyland after hours, but it's an old ET shirt. No, it's a not so old cheap bootleg Black Sabbath T-shirt that's not doing very well here. Can you describe what's weird about Disney after hours? Well, it's just so strange seeing that park empty. and it isn't really empty because there's always people in there working on it. And there's always maintenance people and stuff like that, but it's a different vibe because one of the things that's weird is they don't turn off the attractions or even the piped in music at night. So you go down Main Street, during the day, you hear them piping in music. Well, that music is still there at night. Those rides are still running at night. They may not actually be sending vehicles through it, but like Small World attraction, all those dolls are dancing all the time. So it's kind of a strange vibe to it. Oh, I'm sure Disney's been sued many times. You can't stand It's a Small World. It is what it is. It's a very popular attraction. Um, it's funny. I was there once when the attraction was shut down and all the water was removed from the little courseway that you ride through there. And I actually walked through that attraction, walked through the courseway all the way through it. And that was a trip. The song makes you crazy. I think the song makes a lot of people crazy. Well, I mean, the issue with a lot of the stuff there is it's better for the equipment that makes all that happen to just leave it on all the time than it is to be turning it on, turning it off. The most damage that happens to electronics is when you turn it on, turn it off, because there's always a big surge of power when it first happens, and that's what usually takes things over. Takes a equipment out. I heard a rumor that they're going to do Snow White without the seven dwarves because the seven dwarves aren't politically correct. I don't know. And it wouldn't surprise me if they did a Cinderella. Disney is 100% on board with all that. Every day I thank my lucky stars I got out of that place when I did. That place went down, is going downhill fast. It's supposed to be a family place, but it isn't a place that you want to bring your family anymore. Yeah, Walt must be rolling in his grave. I don't think Disney will fail completely, but it's it's not going in a good direction. Last trip to Disney was a nightmare. My last trip to Disney was the day I went in and resigned, and I didn't even want to go talk to my manager, so I went to talk to HR and just said, "I just want to resign to you." And said, "No, you got to do that to your manager." And said, "I don't really want to give them the joy of watching me resign." Turned out the day I went in there, I just went up to the manager's office, and the manager wasn't in his office. So I just wrote a note on a piece of paper, said, "I resign effective immediately," and left my badge and walked out. So I never had to see anyone. Yeah, Florida and Disney are at odds. Good, good. You were robbed at Disney? Yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't really follow what's going on that much at Disney anymore. Stole your camera bag. Yeah. That happens. It happens more than you believe. I got involved in one of those cases once. I was walking through the park after my shift, and a couple of guests came up to me and says, "Hey, that guy over there just stole that Buzz Lightyear doll out of the stroller." And I ended up calling security and getting them involved, and we actually caught the guy and got him arrested. I don't know what they did. They probably just kicked him out of the park right off your daughter's wheelchair. That's low. But people do that. That's just our society today. If I was the CEO of Disneyland in Florida or Disney in Florida, will be the first one of the first things I would do with regards to California. Um, I wouldn't be CEO of Disney. Got all your pictures, your money, and your passports. Yeah, that's that's low. I mean, that's not Disney's fault. That's the degenerate that did it. But still, Disney's a business, unfortunately, and sometimes degenerates go into businesses like that. Disney always took good care of Make-A-Wish families. I remember that a lot. If I used to do a bunch of like shows, and from time to time, somebody would point out that somebody was wearing a Make-A-Wish button, and we'd make some magic happen for them. I mean, Disney. There's a lot of great things about what Disney at least used to be, and it's just I couldn't stand who the management, what the management did, the way they treated their people, and honestly, it's gone upstairs now. It's a lot worse now than it used to be. Yeah, yeah. There is a Disney point. When you point like this, because pointing like that apparently is rude. And they tell you this stuff when you go through orientation. Apparently, it all came from something that was a photograph of Walt, and in reality, Walt was a cigarette smoker, and they tried to kind of cover this up a lot. But one of the famous photos of him was of him holding a cigarette, and they airbrushed a second finger over the cigarette, and that kind of became the Disney point. So when you point like that. You're right. That's what they should do, Dr. Susan, but that's not the direction they're going in. There is also that rumor, Rhonda, that when a cast member tells you to have a magical day, they're telling you to go yourself. I never said it that way. I never said it to mean that, but yeah, he was a chain smoker. When you do that too, when you're in front of the girls, awesome. I have to make that admission to Rhonda. I am capable, but I usually control it because it doesn't do any good. And honestly, you learn to control it when you work at Disney because there is no tolerance for that at all at Disney, as you can imagine. And even before that, I never really had a problem with it because, I didn't really have to. I never felt that it benefited me in any way doing that. I did actually try out for to be Goofy once. Didn't make it past the first audition though, so I guess I had no talent. Well, it was just at those times I was trying to find something to get me more hours because I wasn't getting a lot of hours, and I figured, well, there, Disney characters are all based on the size of the performer, and so being 6'4", there's only so many things I can do. You're not going to see somebody my size in a Mickey Mouse costume because you don't want a 6'4" inch tall Mickey Mouse hovering over your kids. That's going to scare your kids. So there's only a couple of characters that I could play at my height, and Goofy was one of them. And I could be Beast from Beauty and the Beast. And to do that, you have to wear that big costume that's heavy and it's hot because it's a long, it's a lot of fur and all that. It's really thick, so it's a really unbearably uncomfortable costume to wear. And I also could play Sully from Monsters Inc., but that was about it. Those are the only characters that I could really do. Goofy would have been fun. I would have had fun with that, but oh. You worked at Disneyland, never used to have a magical day that way. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe most people do. I believe most of the people that work at that place are sincere when they want you to have a magical day. The YouTube censors. You get to hug Chewie at Disneyland. All right. I got my photo with Mickey when I got my 10-year pin. I got that picture somewhere. The girls are coloring an Easter card as we talk. Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Oh, Black Dot's checking out. Thanks for stopping in, Black Dot. It's great having you here as always. We need more Will Smith jokes. You have a rare picture of your daughter with Snow White and all seven dwarfs. That is unusual because they're not all always in the park at the same time. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. I mean, I love the job I did at Disney. I just couldn't stand the fact that there was no growth for me. The management, the local management that I had to deal with, just decided from day one that I was going nowhere. And no matter what I did, they weren't going to let me do that. And it's like, you know what, I'm better than this. I can do more. And if they're not going to let me do it, I'll find somebody who will. And I moved to Texas and I found that company. And I'm very happy with them. I mean, what was cool, being in the parades, involved in the parades on it, I knew all of those characters. I mean, I knew all the Disney characters. I knew Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto, Donald, Snow White, Cinderella, Seven Dwarfs, you know. That was kind of cool. Buzz Lightyear, Woody and Jesse from Toy Story. Yeah, I am happy to. Texas was really the answer for me. Everything really turned around for me when I came to Texas. I mean, I miss my mom and my sister and my friends and all that, but Rhonda likes Sleeping Beauty, huh? Now I guess if you buy Disney Plus, their streaming service, they put a little warning up in front of Sleeping Beauty saying that it has like dangerous content because what is it? Prince Charming wakes her with a kiss, and that wasn't consensual. Disney's got to ruin everything. It's a big gamble, but sometimes it pays off. In my case, it really did. That was I had been talking about moving to Texas for a long time, just because it sounded like the job market was better, everything was cheaper here, and it really was. It's possible to make a comfortable living, making not an enormous amount of money. They put a warning. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I know there's an attraction at Disneyland called Splash Mountain. It's based on the movie Song of the South, and they're going to completely remove that ride and rebrand it as something else. And Song of the South is another one of these movies that you try and watch it on. I don't even know if you can find it on Disney Plus. I think it's one that they've tried to make disappear. If Walt knew what was going on, he wouldn't want to be defrosted. That's funny. That's that. I mean, I know that's not true, but he wasn't cryogenically frozen. He was buried just like everybody else. Last time it was available was on VHS. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, let's just go look just for fun, see if I can find it on Amazon. Actually, you can get it. Yeah, it is available. You can get it on Amazon. 19.99. But look what they pair it up with. So that's what they consider to be in the same category as. Yikes. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I mean, there was a rumor that Walt Disney was frozen in ice underneath the Matterhorn, and I don't know. Yeah, Walt wasn't really an old man. Okay, Walt was 65. Yeah, see, that's not that old. That seemed like when I was like 15 years old, that seemed like ancient, but you know, that's 7 years away from me now. That's just middle age. Crazy how we change our thinking about age, isn't it though? 80 is the new 60. Yeah, and I think that's all it was a rumor. I've heard that too. What are you doing, bite? Huh? You just sitting staring at me here? We believe every rumor we hear. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Got a little annoyed when they made Pirates of the Caribbean more PC. Yeah, because right, yeah, pirates are the opposite of PC. But that's. I mean, even goes back to what Peter Pan and his battle with the pirates. What's for dinner tonight? Oh, the Lopez house is having crock pot chicken tortellini stew. That sounds good. Tortellini stew. Oh, Gene's got to go. Church time. I get it. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. Good to see you. Yeah, I know. I fear what generations will in the future will think based on what we're trying to suppress now. Right, Bite? What do you think of pirates? Meow. This is my long weekend. So yeah, I wanna get caught up on some blogs here. I wanted to try and do a few vlogs last week and maybe try and get ahead of the game. See, I'm still trying to get a little ahead of the game, vlog wise, um, because of the maintenance cycle we went through a few weeks ago. I still haven't gotten much ahead of on anything. There's nothing right now recorded that's uploaded and ready to go. So, but I got at least 3 vlogs I know I'm going to do right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll hopefully get a little bit ahead this week. I got 3 partials that I just need to finish. When's the next house project? I don't know. A lot of times it'll probably be, I mean, probably the next house project will be like a yard project. We'll probably do some planting in the yard because I got a couple of areas that I need to either plant or replant this year. Oh, I know what the girls are getting for Easter. You enjoyed the refinishing project. Thank you. I appreciate that. How are the berries doing so far? Uh, 2 of the plants are doing really well. I don't know if one of them's alive, and something I think pulled the fourth one out of the ground. I don't. It isn't where it used to be, so I don't know. Posts pictures of the girls' Easter present on Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, now's your chance. We got a little over 400 subscribers or 400 members now, so it's starting to be kind of a good group. Have I ever used marine varnish? No, I haven't. I don't really do stuff that much that needs to be waterproof. And if I do, I use like an actual water sealer kind of thing. Like the kind of stuff you use for a decking or something. Used it on your bay window. That's probably a good idea. Shines like glass. Yeah, you know what? That table shines like glass right now too. It looks really nice. I gotta get some bigger glasses for my vodka here. We got 30 minutes to go, and that's how much water I got left here. That will not do. Put oak inside the window and use marine varnish because of all the plants. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I know. I might have to refill. You're right, John. I don't know if you can see him. I guess you can't. Pipe's like right over here. Yeah, right about there. Just hiding, just out of shot there. There, well, lift it up. See, there's bite. Ah. Well, how's the weather here? It's overcast and supposed to be like into the 80s today, but it's really windy. We're getting big, gusty breezes and stuff like that. So that seems to be pretty common for this time of year. Charlotte has purple juice. All right. I like purple juice. Yeah, it's definitely spring here. It almost skipped over spring, went right to summer. I think one of the things I want to do one of these days now is get out and mow the lawn. We're getting to the point where I got to do that again. It's funny, all in the matter of just a couple of weeks, the lawn's turned from kind of a golden color to it's starting to get green again. So it's good to know that it bounces back like that every year. I have really good luck with my lawn here in Texas. Not so much in California. I think it's just I think the problem with the lawn in California is that they put such cheap fill dirt in the yard when they built the house that there just wasn't really anything for the roots to grab onto. Your neighbor mows his lawn 4 times a week. That's a little excessive. Are the summers hotter in Texas than California? It's capable of getting hotter in California, but on average, the temperature is higher in Texas. It'll be, once we get into the, main part of summer, it'll be in the 90s, mid to upper 90s every day. And then you'll really have really high humidity too. That's why we get all the rainstorms too. Yeah, I'm gonna do something for cooking. I don't know what. I did really well with the jalapenos and the tomatoes last year, and we may do some of that again this year. But we're just gonna kind of play it by ear, see what happens. Hubby called, just said hi. Hey, Breck. Hey, hubby. No, I haven't really thought about getting it dehydrated. It's not been really high on the list. I want to, if I'm going to get things to the kitchen, I want to get things I think I'll use. Yeah, I want to do all your own herbs, huh? Interesting. Yeah, if I was going to do herbs, I don't really like, I prefer fresher herbs. So if I was going to do something, I'd go pull something out of the yard right when I needed it. I could definitely see myself growing some of my own herbs. So dehydrated watermelon. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it'd be that delicious, but I suppose it could be good. I finished off the chocolate cake yet? No. Chocolate cake I did on Tuesday night right before I went back to work. So I had basically just a bite. You watched me, um, you know, eat on the vlog, and that was it. So we'll definitely munch on that this weekend. Corn on the cob. Corn on the cob would be a great option, but corn on the cob takes a lot of space, because the plants are so big. I would like to do corn on the cob. That would be fun. The girls eat a lot of fruit done that way. Okay. I've I've had people suggest I should get a air fryer, but I don't have one. Yeah, corn would be fun in here in Texas, and it would do well, I think. I've seen I've seen cornfields in the area. So, like I said, I want something where one plant's going to produce a lot of something, of whatever it produces. A lot of times with corn, you end up with one big tall 6 foot tall stalk, and just 1 or 2 ears of corn on it. It's not enough bang for the amount of benefit you get on it. It's funny you mentioned that about about puppies or air fryers because I have been trying for a couple weeks now to get Bite and Nibble their vaccines, and since I live in a new place, I I haven't gotten a vet yet, and I've been trying for the last few weeks to try and get them vaccinated and find somebody that will take them on in as patients. And nobody's taking patients right now. And finally, I asked one of them, "Hey, what is it that's going on? Why can't I find any vets?" And they said just that everybody got new pets for during the COVID lockdowns, and now all the vets are at their capacity for patients. Yeah, I mean, it would be fun to have some corn on the cob and see how that all works. But well, as it turned out, I did find a vet, and I have an appointment for the kitties to get their shots on Tuesday. So that will be happening. We'll probably see that in an upcoming vlog. The kitties do not like going to the vet, but kind of the vet is a great time for me with Nibble because the vet is the one time that Nibble will let me handle her and let me hold her, and because she hates the vet even more than she doesn't like people, and so she'll take comfort and hide in my arms when we're in the vet. Yeah, Nibble is a sweetie. Yeah, well, that's another thing I have to worry about because I already feed the squirrels corn, so I have no doubt that they climb up the stalks and grab the corn right off the plant. And I had a little bit of that with the tomatoes too. For some reason, the local varmint stayed away from the jalapenos and habaneros, so I never seemed to have any problems with the pests taking them. You have a problem right now with bird poop, huh? Okay, I didn't expect that to come up today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about her. She's just never been a people person. Sit on the mirrors of your car and poop down the side of the car. Oh man, that's awful. Yeah, I don't know. It might be. I don't know if that's what it is, but she has never really been a people person. Bite made up for it though. He just kind of became the world's biggest lap cat. He loves affection. He loves to be given treats. Oh yeah, my mom keeps bugging me about it, and one of these days, I'll break down and make the trip. I don't know. I got to just get off my butt and do something about that because the truth is, the thing that keeps holding me back right now is like it's just not a good time to leave work. There's, but it's never going to be a good time to leave work. So I'm just going to have to break down and do it. Yeah, you're right, Rhonda. I don't know. One of these days, I'm just going to walk into my boss office and just say, "Hey, I got to do a vacation here. I got to go home see the parents. Got to go home see mom. I also want to see dad's grave. No one really from my family has seen it yet because my mom, she hasn't left Sacramento since she moved there, and my sister doesn't do that. Doesn't travel down to Southern California much either. So, yeah, you're right, David. Take us with you. Count on it. You'll go along. We'll do some vlogs along the way. Probably be a good thing to do just from a vlogging standpoint because I'll have depending on how much time I take off of work, I'll have that many days, of where I don't have to work, where I can vlog every day, and hopefully get way ahead of the game. That'd be nice. The girls are like, we will. Okay, yeah, you're coming along. You're coming along, Charlotte and Logan. You're going to go to California at some point. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that now that I'm doing vlogging. I wasn't doing. I had just started vlogging when I right before I left California, and so there really weren't a whole bunch of things that I did that were just like local things. Now, on the trips back to California, when my father was sick, I did some stuff there and got a few things done, but never really did any like attraction kind of things. So I think there's a bunch of things that we could do that would be kind of fun things in California. My sister lives up in Sacramento area, which is right there near where the California Gold Rush occurred. Sutter Mill is just 20 miles or 30 miles from where my sister lives. And there's all sorts of like mines and stuff like there. That would be fun to do. So, my sister lives in Folsom, so Folsom Prison is right there, and of course there's that Johnny Cash connection with Folsom Prison. And actually, one of the last times I visited my sister in Folsom, we went to the prison, and they got a Johnny Cash museum there, and it would be kind of fun to maybe vlog that. It's just a little thing, but still, it'd be fun to see. Yeah, well, somebody wants to rent the bus. Hey, Elvis is in the house. Yeah, I kind of got an idea what it's going to be, but what I want to do. But there's it's all going to matter when it happens and what's going on at the time. And probably won't make any meals while I'm traveling because it's gonna. But who knows? We'll make some meals. Maybe we'll do some instant pot recipes and show my mom. That's one of the things I really want to do. My mom got her instant pot the same time I got mine, and I don't think she pulled hers out of the box yet. And so I want to get her to the point where she uses it and feels comfortable with it because it's actually really, really easy to use. And I know my mom, for instance, loves steamed vegetables, so the instant pot is great for that. I'm hoping that's the case, Rhonda, that she'll see me use it, see how easy it is to use, and say, "Yeah, okay, I want to use this all the time now." Really, that's been, and I've said this before, that's been a big part of the reason I do so many instant pot recipes on the bites and nibbles segments because I want to show my mom how versatile this thing is. How big is the springboard springform pan? It's, I don't know, probably 9 inches in diameter. I just bought it at HEB. Yeah, see, I think the thing is my mom is just a little intimidated. She looks at it, it's got a lot of buttons on the side of it, and I think that kind of freaks her out a little bit. But the thing is so painfully easy to use. It's got a lot of features, and a lot of those lot of features, have, include buttons, and I think the multiple buttons are what freak her out a little bit. But the basic things, the basic simple things that you do can do all the time, they're just very, very simple to do. And then once she gets comfortable with it, then she can start playing with the other things. But well, I was a little intimidated by mine the first time, but I just tried some real simple things, and they worked out really well. And then I started going for more and more complicated things. And of course, the vlog was a great opportunity because, it gave me a reason to experiment. And, I really like the Instant Pot. It's one of the more useful tools in my kitchen. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it too, Dr. Susan. Because everybody thinks of those old style pressure cookers as they're just bombs waiting to go off. This thing isn't like that. It First off, it's got all sorts of safety features, so there's no way in the world the thing's going to overheat and explode. And it's way more easy to use and way more capable. Glad to have you watching too, Mark. Made homemade hamburger helper, and it's pretty amazing, huh? Interesting. Because I bet you hamburger helper would work very well in the Instant Pot. I mean, I've been surprised some of the things you could do in that. 5 minutes, huh? That's quicker than hamburger helper on the stove. Send me that recipe, Rhonda. I'll check it out if you don't mind. Great, thanks, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to refill. Oh, too old to be sitting like that for so long. Didn't get a full glass because we only got a few minutes to go, but it's snowing again. I wouldn't have thought that either, John, but I keep finding that there's all sorts of things this thing can do that you wouldn't ask. Is it on the rocks? No, straight up, Charlotte. That's awesome. Yeah, she didn't get it from me. I don't think I've ever mentioned vodka on the rocks. Got to look in your own backyard there, Rhonda. I'm completely innocent. Right, Bite? Are you innocent? Did you tell Charlotte about anything on the rocks? Was I happy with the height of the chocolate cake? It was about an inch thick, and I guess it would have been all right if it was a little bigger, but it reminded me of a brownie. And so brownies are generally, an inch thick too. But if I did have a smaller springform pan, it would have been a little higher. And if I doubled the recipe, that might have worked too. You think it was the Maryland movie you watched the other night? Yeah, that could be. But I have used that springform pan a few times. It works pretty well. Gentlemen prefer blondes. Okay. Yeah, I've never really been a Marilyn Monroe fan. You want to find a Marilyn Monroe fan, you got to talk to Jordan. Jordan's the Marilyn Monroe fan. I don't think I ever saw any of her movies. She was gone before I was born, so do I have anything planned for home improvement videos? Nothing planned, but a lot of times stuff like that is just something that pops up. Come up and say, "Hey, I need to do this. Let's turn it into a vlog." So that could happen. In terms of really getting serious on home improvement videos, though, all the only thing really left to do in terms of painting is painting the master bathroom. The rest of the house is done. I mean, technically, I haven't painted the pantry where the washer and dryer are, but I'm probably not going to do that. Might add some more light in there, though. It's a little dark in that room. Hey, Jeff's here right at the end. All right. You're thinking of cutting the cake in half and adding a white cream filling and build it back. That would probably be pretty good. Jeff's eating Chinese food, so that means he'll be hungry again in 2 hours. Would I ever put in a skylight? A skylight would be very cool. It would actually probably work very well in this room, but the concern I have is um, with skylights is that if they aren't done right, and it's really hard to do them right, they leak, and that can be an issue. So that would be a nice option, though. One of the only things I'm not really into about this house is that there isn't a lot of windows. There's two windows here, and most of the windows are in the kitchen, and then you go down the hallway into the bedrooms. Two of the bedrooms are always closed. The doors are always closed. The guest bedroom and my bedroom to keep the cats out. So the only natural light in the hallway is coming from the kitty room, and while those are nice big windows, it helps a little bit. It's really pretty dark in there. I mean, that's why I put all the bright light in here. But I mean, let me show you how dark this area is. When you don't have these lights on. That's what that is. And then you turn this one off, and this whole side of the house is like really, really dark. See what I mean? It's really dark down that hall. So that's why when I put the lights in there, they didn't have adequate lights, in my opinion, on the ceiling, and that was why I increased those so that there is a lot of light in here. If you need the artificial light because there's just not a whole lot of natural light. Jeff can't hear me, so I'm just going to wave. Hi, Jeff. We could do this. I'll tell you what, we're going to do this. We're going to introduce a new feature to the live stream today. Subtitles. Yeah, well, and it is a sloped roof up there, but it would be a matter of getting somebody to do it right, and it could be done. The roof, it isn't really. I mean, when you look up, it isn't really that much distance between the ceiling and the roof, so it could be done pretty easily. It's expensive, but it would maybe be nice in here. Put a couple skylights in here, but I don't know. If I did that, that's a long ways off. Jeff's having good Chinese food. That's good. Chinese food is all right. I'm not a huge fan. It's not like I get up some morning and say, "Gee, I'm really in the mood for Chinese food" or something like that. It's okay. I'll eat it when it's there, but I guess I prefer other things. I'll go for a good pizza any day. Good hamburger. Mexican's always a top choice for me. Make it at home, never take out. Okay, it's probably better for you. What is Jordan's favorite food? I'm not. I don't know if I'd be able to answer that. I know when he'd come over, I'd often make burgers on the grill, and he was always a fan of those. And we'd go out and like have Chinese food. When he lived in Hollywood from time to time. There was like this fast food Chinese food place in a little strip mall, quarter of a mile or half a mile from where he lived that we'd go all the time. We'd like to get out and just walk around in Hollywood, and that was kind of fun to do that when he just lived right off of Hollywood Boulevard. But uh, you know, his apartment was so small in Hollywood that he didn't even have a kitchen. It was, I guess they called it a bachelor's apartment or something like that. And basically, he had a sink that was basically like a bathroom sink. He had his bathroom and his toilet and his bathtub, which was a shower. And then he just had a little mini refrigerator in there. And he basically went out most of the time to eat. I don't think he cooked at home at all. He had a microwave, and that was about it he had for cooking. I don't think he even had like a hot plate. So he was when it came to eating, he'd know where the places to go were, and that was that. Terry in Circles is back. Hi, Terry. That's twice in a row now, 2 weeks in a row. Glad to see you're active again. You'll eat anything that doesn't eat you first. That's probably a good advice. And if you eat it, then you can make sure it's not going to eat you, right? And there's bites sitting at the end of the hole there. Yeah, I know. There's so much happened in this house in the last year and a half. Logan's yelling at my cat. There's your cat again, Logan. Sometimes I wish I had a Zoom feature on the laptop here, but no such luck. I don't think I can Zoom. Oh man, I can Zoom. I got features I didn't even know about. I don't know if you saw that. You probably didn't because it blew up the whole screen, including the text. But that's a trip, right? I didn't even know I could do that. Yeah, we kind of set up Rhonda as a moderator when I did that live stream where I just left the camera going while I went to work that one day. She went troll hunting. All right, Jeff's done with lunch. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, David. I'm not going to jump into another issue with cabinets for a while. We're going to kind of take a little break from that. Yeah, wishing you a happy Easter week too, Jeff, and everyone else too. Oh, Jan's here too, right at the end. Everybody's favorite people here popping in right at the last minute. So we'll go for a couple more minutes before we end here, just in case any of our last minute arrivals want to say anything. Jeff's only 30 away from 1,000 subscribers. That's great news. That for those of you who aren't there yet, go over and check Jeff Kidd's cooking channel out, Cooking with the Kid. He needs 30 more subscribers to hit 1,000. 1,000 is a magic number on YouTube because then you can start monetizing your channel and making a little bit of money. So, Jeff's got some great cooking videos out there. Check them out and definitely go and subscribe if you haven't already. Kisses to Nana. Love Charlotte and Logan. I'll tell her. My mom's going to be calling me a little later today, and I will pass that on to her. Well, in reality, Jeff, there's like six degrees of separation between you and people like Adam the Woo, because Adam the Woo helped Jordan get going. Jordan helped me get going, and I'm helping you get going. So, we're it's just kind of the snowball effect. Yeah, definitely send her a copy of the pics. I never got the one picture of the girls. I still only have the one with the dark hair. I don't know what's going on, if maybe the picture's too big, but I'd really like to see the girls, see them both. Anytime, Jeff. Anytime. I'm glad to help. Kathy's checking out. Yeah, I'm gonna probably check out here any minute too. We've been going for a while. No unexpected stops this time. Good to know. We slayed some trolls. All right. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll pull the plug on this one now. I'll catch you again next week. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Good night.